Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy here, UC808, coming at you live right now. You might be wondering if I'm saying with more Spider-Man. I'm not doing Spider-Man, as a matter of fact. I got ahead of me, and I couldn't, so... This, guys, is what I've got listed-wise. But today marks a heavy toll. It happened a couple weeks ago, I think. Today marks a heavy toll for any Marvel fan out there. Well, a couple weeks ago, did. Stan Lee passed away peacefully at the age of 95. And what better way to remember him, for the Spider-Man fan I am, than to play Spider-Man and wear my Spider-Man shirt? And what better way to remember Stan Lee as the man he is, the man he was when he passed away, than to play a video game based around his favorite superhero? What better way than to say, thank you, Stan, for 10 great years of the MCU? What better way to say thank you, Stan, since the day you joined the military? What better way to say thank you, Stan, than for creating our favorite superheroes of all time in the Marvel Universe? So if you would please welcome with me, Christian from Rainbow Six Siege.
What's up?
So, basically what's going to happen today, guys, we're not talking about Rainbow Six Siege. We're not talking about Destiny 2, Titanfall 2. We're not talking about those games. Today, we're talking about the MCU and any Marvel movie ever made. Today, guys, is a day for remembrance.
Nerd.
I hate you. Whoever said nerd, I hate you.
You're welcome.
Ouch, that hurts my feelings. I was counting on you to be peaceful with me here. But today, guys, marks a great day, because not only are we remembering Stan Lee, not only are we going to remember the man he was, what he created for us way back when. The Avengers 4 trailer dropped today that we have been promised for a while now, but because George H.W. Bush passed away this week, Marvel pushed it back to today. We got it. And
I like.
Tell you what, guys. Let me actually select the game before I get any farther in. But today, guys, is a day for remembering, and because this not Infinity War, the Endgame trailer dropped today. I'm sorry for the not correct Spidey suit using Mr. Negative. We're being Mr. Positive today. You know what suit we're wearing today? Sup, bud? You know what suit we're wearing today? Today, we are wearing, and I quote, the classic Spider-Man. Because no other better way is there.
In Central Park.
No other better way is there than to be the OG Spider-Man. So today, guys, we're going to do the main story of where I am in my New Game Plus mode and play Spider-Man with Christian talking in the background. So, Christian, let us start off our remembering with the trailer. So, you guys have all seen the trailer, I'm hoping, anyways. Let us just go through some facts right now, right here, right now.
Okay.
Facts are that Spider-Man, or that this trailer for the video game, I'm gonna let this cutscene play first.
I need to mute the video because I need to be able to see what you're doing, but also hear what you're saying.
That place is crawling with guards. How are you trying to reach him?
Very.
Oh no, I can't do it.
Gotta go, partner.
Okay.
It's just somewhere in there.
So this is a stealth mode. I'm playing as MJ for the second time in this game.
These lures Pete gave me work.
So we probably won't be talking 100% frame during this thing here.
That gap in the fence looks promising. Just need to distract the guard.
Let's.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh,
I
that's.
can hear your voice double.
Yeah, you might want to turn the stream off then.
Oh, but I want to see what you're doing.
Gotta move.
Right, so if you turn this... Oh, well, yeah, you've got to... Yeah, that's right.
Gonna check on our house guest. Copy.
House guest. Must be Standish. He's here somewhere.
That wasn't
Is
close
there a
to
way
this.
to mute the video?
What do you mean mute the video?
Need to draw him away
Like,
from the stairs.
Mute your stream.
What the?
Like me mute my stream?
No, I have to mute because I'm on YouTube right now. So can I mute your stream?
I mean, I don't care if you mute my stream. You can just watch it and then just not hear what you can hear what I'm saying. Like, visually. Actually,
I just don't know how to mute stuff on PlayStation.
I'd have to mute myself, or I'd have to take you into the long drawn process of muting me in the party.
Oh, I can mute you in the party easily.
What's that? Demons are killing anyone related to
That's what I'm
Devil's
gonna do.
Breath.
I'm gonna mute you in the party then.
Standish is in real danger.
But just know that my answers are gonna be a slight bit delayed now because I won't be able to hear you until afterwards.
Right.
Standish. I knew it. I've got to get to that tent.
I'm gonna turn my stream up then, at that point. And, that's too loud. And I'm going to... So basically, guys, let's start out with the obvious. Facts are that we know, in the stream, as of right now...
Standish is secure, ma'am.
Oh god, there you are.
Well, I do not want leaks to press about Michaels or Devil's Breath.
On it.
She's nervous.
Crap. Generator tripped.
I won't distract him for long.
Okay, so I need to move in through here. Facts are that we can, without a doubt, probably and most likely say
How's it looking?
Yo.
Convoy
that...
5x5.
We could probably say, without a doubt, that it is a fact that
We're moving him.
Iron Man will probably die
There before we lose our
within
shot.
maybe the first opening 5 minutes of the movie.
Huh? Who's there?
And the only reason I say within the first opening 5...
Should have been uptown half an hour ago. Copy. We're rolling.
Truck's about to move. Should use it as cover.
The only thing I can say, honestly, right now, I'm trying to think, because I'm trying to focus on this as well.
Might have something controlled. Stand by.
Made it.
Yeah, so I'm going to focus for this, and then I'll start talking. And then I'll have to,
Bravo and Charlie are both on deck for Dr. Michael's relocation, ma'am.
Add 2 more units. He carries the only sample of Devil's...
Okay, this is a pathway I did not think I'd ever actually have to take. I want to attract him.
Nothing here. Resuming patrol. Got them.
Looks important.
That was
Safe houses.
close.
Dr. Michaels is in one of these. Standish might know which one.
Where do I have to go now? Okay, I have to go over here.
There's Standish's tent.
Can't believe Michaels just carries Devil's Breath around with him. Osborn doesn't trust anyone else to secure it. Hope his ego doesn't bite him in the ass. Or us. Again? What's up with these lights?
I don't know how to do this. Oh crap. Okay, I know what I have to do now. Took me a second. It's been a while since I've done this mission. Yeah, so there's that right there. That's what I have to go and do. Okay, got it. Got it.
Again? What's up with these lights?
That's what I've got to do there. This is the biggest turnout I've ever had in this, in a stream before, so...
Close.
Pretty proud of myself right now with this. Aha!
Come on, come on.
Gotta do that.
The hell was that?
Yes, okay. After this cutscene, I'll focus, because then I'll be able to focus. When I'm swinging around, it's easier to focus.
Charles,
Christian, why don't you go on ahead and unmute me?
Charles, where is Dr. Morgan Michaels?
Lee sent you. Didn't he?
No.
Look. He wants to kill me? You tell him to do it. Do it himself.
I'm not with the demons. I'm not with Sable. I'm a reporter.
Oh,
And I
he has
want
a
to see
gun.
Lee stopped. Just like you.
Hudson. I've read your byline.
Like that's any condolence.
Sable won't listen to me.
Right.
She has Michaels in the Bowery. They're moving him to a new safe house tomorrow at noon. But she's totally ignoring Grand Central.
Grand Central.
The demons were talking about it when they held me. They're going there to get...
To get what, Charles? What do the demons need to get at Grand Central?
What the...
Charles!
Oh, that was not a Sable guy. Definitely not a Sable guy. Sorry, Charlie.
Back up over here.
Okay, time to
Wait,
go.
no, he knows something!
Oops.
Oops. Alright, so now I can focus. Okay. So, for the 4 of you people watching this stream, because I'm watching this stream as well, so I don't miss any comments. I hope the 4 of you guys have seen the trailer. I know that Cody has. I know that Christian has. I don't know. Caleb, have you seen it yet? I know that you're watching, so Caleb,
That
if you
was
want to tell me
maybe
if you
the
have
most
or not, go right ahead.
Quick swing of my life. MJ is not happy.
Hey, okay, another thing. Sorry, Charlie. You knock a man out, destroy my background research, and the
I'm
best
still
you
hearing
got
double
is
voices
sorry,
and I
Charlie.
can't focus.
Is everything a joke to you?
What? MJ, no, I screwed up. It was a tension breaker.
Tension breaker, right. You know, this is exactly why we broke up.
I thought we broke up so you could focus on your career.
We broke up because you wouldn't stop treating me like a baby. Don't do this, MJ. Don't do that, MJ. Oh, that's too dangerous, MJ. I may not have super spider powers, but I'm not made out of glass.
You snuck into the middle of an armed military... You know what? Can we not do this right now, please?
You don't have superpowers.
Did you learn anything about Dr. Michaels?
Fine. Michaels is in the Bowery somewhere. Sable's moving him tomorrow at noon.
Awesome. Anything else? Was he saying something about Grand Central before I jumped in?
He was... No. It was nothing. Listen, I gotta go, Peter. Filing deadline.
Peter. That's how you know she's still mad. Peter. Nice work, Mr. Superhero.
Okay. Let's perch for a
I'm
second
worked
here.
up. Gotta blow off some steam on patrol.
Okay, so let's blow some steam on patrol. Is that a demon warehouse I have yet to hit? I have yet to hit that demon warehouse. Perfect, we're gonna go hit that in just a second. Facts are, we can now, without a doubt, say this. Iron Man might die within the first 5 minutes, because he says, and I quote in the opening, he's talking to Pepper Potts. And now let's talk about this. We can say almost without a doubt, in theory, that he'll die within the first 5 minutes, because he says to Pepper, and I quote, we ran out of food about 4 days ago. Oxygen will run out in the morning. And when I drift off, I'll think about you in my dreams. It's always been you. Now, we could say that...
Now wait, pause.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure they're in, or he's in the Guardian ship.
Yep.
Or at least that's what it looks like, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. There's the off chance that someone, like, because it's the Guardians, it's Tony, both of them are all technical he knows technology and all that. So, on the off chance that he figured out how to send a distress signal, what do you think's the off chance that someone actually got it and was paying attention?
The off chance that somebody got it and was paying attention. On the off chance that that happened, or the off chance that happened.
That's Miles' mom. Hello?
Mr. Parker?
Nap time.
On the off chance that that is how that's gonna go down, Christian. And pow. On the off chance that that happens like that.
Getting brisk out here. Better go in.
Off chance, I'm
without
thinking,
further ado-
if anything, it's gonna be... Because the Quinjet... Not the Quinjet. Yeah, the Quinjet. The Quinjet was able to take Hulk from Earth to...
What's its place?
Sakaar.
MJ, I'm at the fourth place on
Was
your
able to
list.
take him to Sakaar and Thor
Not even trying
Ragnarok,
to
so...
pretend they're legit.
3 stealth
Criminals don't take pride in
takedowns.
their work anymore. I'll see what I can find out.
Okay, yeah, that's a stealth takedown. I had to think about it for a second. I would say that maybe they... Because the Quinjet in Infinity War is still up and running, so I'm thinking that there's a chance, maybe there's a chance, that if he does do that and sends it to the right coordinates, they might be able to catch him and save him. I've got to think of how to do this. I'm doing a stealth thing right now, so I'm trying to think of how to... Alright, now I just have to go web throw down 3 enemies.
Sleep it off.
Okay, so now that I can now web throw ya boys. Okay, there's 1, there's 2. I can now say without a doubt, I would say that maybe the Quinjet. Pretty much saying that now we know that 100% that there's a chance that Tony will probably be one to die. And the only reason I think that he will die is because of the way that that opening happened. And they pretty much give you that entire speech.
Oh, hey! You must be the JV team!
I can also tell you that it's probably going to be, and then the next thing that we see is... Let's see, I'm trying to think of what it is that we see next. After that, we see, Thanos' armor in the garden, and it looks like a scarecrow. Which, if you guys are a comic book person like myself, you know that that is a nod to pretty much after in the comic book Infinity Wars, in those comic books, when he, the decimation or the snapping, when he does that,
And this might come as a shock, but I don't think they're really bespoke.
The hipster assassins are gonna be so disappointed.
It's actually a thing in the comic books. When he finished his business, with snapping 50% of the universe, he actually he actually was a gardener. So the suit of armor became his like scarecrow.
It's not that I'm not glad to see
So
more.
that was a
context.
It is that I'm not glad to see more.
Because his movie reason versus his comic book reason are two completely different things.
Well, no, because that planet that he's on is the same planet, and the only reason that he did that is so he could... I don't remember 100% in the comic books why he was a gardener. I just know that he's on the planet, so he's, like, gardening.
No, I mean, like, why he snapped, because the comic book reason for him snapping in the movie or
Oh, the comic book reason for him snapping isn't because he wants 50% of the world. He's not a prophet in the comic books. In the comic books, it's because he wanted to be with Death. Right, he's trying to get laid by Death. By Hela herself, so... So it's one of those things where...
They give to you the inconsistencies of MCU.
Right. But the...
It's okay.
But after you see the armor as a Scarecrow, then you see the then you see his suit of, then you see him in the gauntlet.
Gauntlet's still destroyed.
The gauntlet is still charred to bits.
May or may not be functional. We don't know.
We don't know.
Magic items are weird.
Magic items, if you think about it like this, Christian, after he snapped his fingers at the end of Infinity War, he was still able to use the stones individually, because he reversed time in the sense that he didn't have a hole in his chest anymore, and he used the Space Stone. But if he were to want to snap his fingers again, he wouldn't be able to, because he can't summon them all at once. But he can still portal around the world, because they're still in the gauntlet, they're still functional, they're just not functional at the same level they were before.
So you're thinking that maybe, because it's not a complete gauntlet now, it's melted
Right.
slag in some areas.
Oh,
that
sorry.
He
My
can't
bus broke down and
use all
there were no cabs.
6
But I'll be there as
Infinity
soon as I
Stones at the
can.
same time. He can use 1, maybe 2 at a time, and that's it.
Right. That's my theory, is that he's not able to use it in a snap formation anymore, but he's able to use them individually or maybe 2 at a time at the most.
Makes sense.
But he's not able to use it to the function he was able to use it in Infinity War. So that's my theory for that. Next, after that, you hear Black Widow start to say that he did the thing that he was wanting to do the entire time, which was wipe out 50% of the population.
Of every population.
Of every population, of every species. After that, you see Captain America crying. Later on, you then see...
Poor Bucky Barnes.
Poor Bucky.
Hey,
R.I.P. for our main man, Bucky.
Mr. Parker? It's Rio Morales.
But to be serious,
Thank you for getting Miles the job at the field shelter.
Glad to.
after seeing him crying, her saying basically, yeah,
Mr. Parker is
he completed
probably
his
someone more
his
together than
profit.
I should tell you, he has reservations. I finally
His
gave him a choice.
basically him being a prophet and all. This is talking, so I'm gonna have to wait till this is over for me to focus again.
To feel like a victim or be pitied.
Gotcha. I'm the same way. I'll let Aunt May know, and I'll make sure I'm there his first day.
Thank you again. This means a lot to both of us.
So let me just perch. I'm actually gonna go right over there. So let's just go to that so I can perch and talk. So basically, after seeing that, I'm just kind of like reiterating the whole trailer itself, but very poorly. After he did that, it then turned into let's see. After he did that, it was... Oh god, I cannot remember anything. Then it was Thor sitting in a cell, kind of just waiting. While Thor was sitting in his cell, waiting. Let's see. So Thor was sitting somewhere, just kind of sitting silently. You've got Bruce Banner watching things kind of go by. You've got one screen that's Scott Lang, which is Ant-Man, and in the background you see Shuri, and then it changes to Peter Parker. Basically, one screen is who is still alive that we know of, and who can we confirm that is dead. Or it's who can we confirm that's alive, and who can we not confirm is alive. So then you've got, so those scenes happen. Then you get a scene.
That area that you're talking about is just them going through the people and then their various stages of grief and all that other such.
Yeah, so basically this whole thing is just like boom, 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 boom. What's their grief? Then you see it's a rainy area. A dude's got a sword, a double-bladed sword in his hand, and he wipes the blade off in this Asian area. Wipes the blade off in between his elbow, in the crease of his elbow. And then it's raining. It shows Black Widow's face. It goes back to him. He pulls his mask off and he turns around, and with this look of just everything I love is gone. It's Hawkeye. But not the Hawkeye we remember. No. It's Ronin.
So, speculation on that? Family got dusted? Sister?
Oh no, it's not a speculation, Christian. That happened in the comic books. In the comic books, when the snap happened...
It happened in the comic books, but we know for a fact that the MCU doesn't stay...
Right, but I guarantee you if they want to stay true to Ronin's character and why he just goes to some Asian country
to murder.
Yeah, he doesn't just go to this Asian country like the he's not the American he's not the superhero version of John Wick. So they're gonna keep that part of him true. I guarantee it. And then
I don't want him to kill people.
Oh no, he absolutely loses his fucking mind. And then basically after that, he loses his mind. He kills people. Then it's back to Black Widow and Captain America, and
Are you sure it's gonna work?
She looks at Steve and she goes, "This plan we have is going to work." And then she's holding the thing that's Peggy, Peggy Carter from Captain America: First Avenger.
Yeah.
The compass that he saved from World War I, he's not the one holding it. Black Widow's holding it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can see the glove in the glove of the hand. It's her holding it, not him. Everybody wants you to believe it's him because that's his trinket from World War I. He didn't bring it with him from World War I. The people that retrieved Captain America retrieved it, which was S.H.I.E.L.D. So then he closes so she closes the compass. Then it's Captain America saying, "I know. It has to, because if it doesn't, I don't know what I'm going to do." And then bum bum bum, Avengers Endgame. Boom. So you get some music playing. The dust settles. So basically, you know how Infinity War ended and it says Avengers Infinity War, and the letters turn to dust? Well, this is the dust coming back and bringing the Avengers logo into pieces of, like, rubble. And then rocks flying at the Avengers logo, lighting up with blue lettering saying Endgame. And then, of course, you get Marvel always does this. They had to do something comical, because you've got Ronin in this, you've got Captain America crying, you've got Thor sitting in his room, dead silent, not saying anything. You've got Bruce Banner just shaking his head like there should have been, we could have done more. There's all these different things, and then you get
reports a problem I saw coming a mile. Go ahead.
And then you get hold on.
Not Lang. Can someone buzz me in?
Yeah, so I've got to figure out how to on social feed. Can I no, that's not the right thing. No, is it collections? Just 3 so far. Just 3 so far. Oh, yeah. My one friend from school, he
My window and what do I see?
Okay, pressed the wrong button. Shut up. I'm trying to figure out how to stop this. Gadgets, skills, missions, collections. Map, maybe, and then social feed. I'm trying to figure out how to stop him popping in and out right now. can't do anything else there. Maybe it's in collections and I'm just not seeing it.
Why am I the way I am?
While I'm doing this, I've got to figure out how to. Trying to think of how to turn it off.
Swinging by like he owns the place. I was naked.
Madam, you have my sympathies. Just imagine what sort of deviant personality would dress up like that in the first place. And it's a short step from there to peeping Tom activity. Folks, it doesn't matter if you live on the first floor or the 31st. Keep the curtains drawn. Lock your windows. A webbed pervert walks among us.
Alright, well, preposterous boast, but alas. But anyways, you get Scott Lang at the Avengers facility. And he goes, I don't have anything solid wood. Here we go, hold on. You hear some knocking. You get a camera feed. And he's waving to a camera. And it's, Scott Lang! Hey! Basically what he's doing is he's like trying to get their attention. Captain America sits up. Black Widow says, or he goes, that's just an old recording, right? She goes, that's the front door. And he goes, I'm Scott Lang, remember me? And he goes, I'm Ant-Man, I know you remember that. So
I showed up in an airport in Germany.
Ant-Man?
I got really big, remember?
On the move. I don't want to start that. We're going to start up going into here. Yeah, so that was the trailer. Now, how else can we remember Stan Lee? Well, you might be asking, well, how does this all fit into remembering Stan Lee? It's the freaking MCU. How does it not? But let's remember, not only did Stan Lee start all of this, they even have more cameos coming for Stan Lee. Because they knew, the Russo brothers, Marvel themselves, whoever you want to call out for it, whoever you want to give the props to, knew
sorry I'm late.
that...
Morning, Parker, or is it evening? That doesn't matter.
Knew that Stan Lee didn't have much time. And
right,
so
they knew he didn't have much time, so they were like, hey, yo, we're going to record your scenes for this movie, this movie, this movie, this movie, this movie. And they recorded him like 10 movies ahead of his passing, so we've probably got 10, 11 more Stan Lee cameos, and he's passed away 2 weeks ago.
Doc loves these things. Used them in grad school when he had to manipulate radioactive isotopes. Says seeing them keeps him humble. What is this, Doc? Never seen this type of material.
Would you believe it's for welding? Provides remarkable magnetic insulation and limits cross-contamination between the neural interface and arms.
I mean, I already know how this game goes, so, you know. Can I? No, I can't. Of course, when you're not in a stealth mission, you can't knock them out and about.
Last time I fought Scorpion, he asked if
whenever
I knew
you
what
go
my
quiet,
skull
I'm
looked
just
like from the
assuming you're
inside.
playing the game and so
Don't
I'm
forget to
watching
show me.
YouTube videos while
Super
talking
fun
to you.
guy.
Yeah. I'm just kind of watching this stuff
Electro
here.
was the first legit super-powered villain I fought. Till then, it had been regular guys in fancy suits. Electro was a big change. Big change.
Big change. Let's end on Fisk.
Vulture might be the smartest guy up on this wall. Not smart enough to duck 3 consecutive life sentences, of course, but still pretty brainy. Mob enforcer turned walking tank. Rhino's racked up enough property damage to destroy Manhattan 3 times over.
And the most recent one.
Gonna miss that humorless grimace.
Oh, that's all? That's it? Gonna miss that humanless Grimace. He still hasn't began to deteriorate yet. Okay. Or is this from?
I remember the first day I interviewed here. Showed up with stains on my shirt, 10 minutes late from stopping a mugging. Still can't believe Doc hired me. Hope he doesn't regret it now.
Peter is starting to suspect. He hides it, but I can tell. He's seen my twitch, noticed the decay of my fine motor control. Well, I'm the one who wanted a genius for an assistant. Of course he knows. I just need more time. My work can improve millions of lives. Save millions of lives. It can also save my own. I just need more time.
Check the neurosensors, would you? We need a faster response time.
On it.
Try to get it under 3 milliseconds.
So now I can talk. Okay, so you might be wondering how that all kind of fits into,
Okay, looks like I could optimize this power relay.
how it kind of all fits into, like, remembering Stan Lee. And you guys are right. You guys should be wondering how I'm going to do this. Well, if Stan Lee hadn't had created... what am I doing? Hold on. There we go. The whole...
Nice. Okay, what next? Looks like some impedance in this neurosensor.
And so now we're getting to the end game. I hate to, you know, do wordplay here, but we're getting to the end game where we all know who started it all. We know that not Spider-Man. We know Spider-Man didn't start it all. We know that I think which one it is.
Thanos.
We know that Iron Man started this whole thing. We know that if Iron Man hadn't had become that's the wrong number. That's the button I want. That's the one I want. There we go. We know that because Iron Man started this whole thing, if Iron Man hadn't had come out as I am Iron Man, if he hadn't had done that, he's right. This is the end of the path that I started this on. And I'm the man who killed the Avengers. The worst part is that I didn't die. You know, all of these things that have happened to Iron Man, whether it's in Age of Ultron, any Iron Man films out there, any Avengers films out there, they're all... Technically, you can make an argument for all of them being true statements, because if Iron Man hadn't had... Oh, God, I do not know how to do this. Okay. It's been a while since I've done these missions. There we go. If he didn't come out as Iron Man, we might not actually have this whole thing. We still have the Avengers Initiative. We just wouldn't know who they were. And there's this whole question about, like, who's gonna die in Avengers 4? Who's gonna die in Avengers Endgame? Like, who's gonna die? Well, I can tell you probably without a doubt that it's gonna be either... That it's gonna be probably Iron Man and Captain America. Those are my two. Those are my two I'm picking to die. Because Captain America became an Avenger technically during World War I, and Iron Man started the whole ordeal in 2008. So, yeah, so... Trying to think. So how else can we remember Stan Lee? Well, we can remember Stan Lee by watching Dr. Otto Octavius become a villain.
You either die here or live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
That's DC, but okay.
It applies to everything.
True.
You can't call me. You can't say I'm wrong about that one.
I'd call that
You're not.
success.
Just
Call
about
that
everything.
unbelievable.
Do you need some help?
Yes.
Doctor, what's going on?
It's become that obvious. My doctors call it a degenerative neurological disorder. Probably caused by overexposure to toxic chemicals in my reckless youth.
Sorry, is there anything I can do?
You already are. The worst part is, it only affects the muscles. The mind continues to work, but it can no longer do. You're the only one who knows, Peter. I'd like to keep it that way.
Of course.
If you'd like to seek a position with more of a future.
I came here to work for you because of what you've got up here. That's not going anywhere. So neither am I.
Oh, Peter, before I forget, I read the most fascinating article. Outlines possible next steps for the neural interface.
I'll take a look. Thanks, Doc.
Is it in here? Yeah, it is in here. Okay, that's what I thought.
Direct interface with the basal ganglia. Exciting, but risky.
I don't know, Doc. You'll need a gallium silk array to make it work. Even then, odds of injury are pretty high.
Gallium! Genius! Never mind the risks. We'll work them out in time.
Oh, no, it's in that room. Okay. And so, before I get into the next part of this mission in this campaign, the whole... Like, what else can we do? But you guys know that...
Doc's really sick.
Even if you're a DC fan, even if you're a die-hard,
If we're not careful,
you know,
an intracranial implant can
Batman,
make things worse.
Superman, Wonder Woman, even if you're a Justice League fan and Marvel's your side chick, you know, kind of thing. Even if that's your thing, you can still agree, and I quote, from the Holy Trilogy. With great power, Peter, comes great responsibility. And so some of you guys are probably going to be like, oh, why didn't you, you know, didn't I? Oh, yeah, I had to exit. Okay.
Doc, I'm sorry. My aunt just texted.
No worries, Peter. I was thinking of taking a break myself. As soon as I check our telemetry data.
Thanks. I'll be back in a few hours.
But yeah, so that's that. But how else can we remember him? All right, Christian, I'm calling upon you.
Yeah.
Theories. What do you want to start out theory-wise? Do you want to start out MCU theory of now, or MCU theory that now that you can now create from the past that you can now link to now? Like, is there a theory you have for this movie, or is there a theory that you have that links from the past movies to now?
See, I'm still missing a couple movies from beforehand. Like, I haven't seen the second Ant-Man, and I haven't seen Spider-Man Homecoming. So, I don't know what happens with those two things.
Do you want to know? You want me to just kind of tell you?
Nah, I'll watch it later.
Okay. Homecoming doesn't really push any...
Hi, May.
Let me guess.
I don't really... Not that I...
Homecoming
I'm actually on
exists.
my way now.
Have you heard?
Other than the fact that it exists, there's not really much correlation to Infinity War.
See, me and you are seeing two different types of correlation. Because we've already talked about how Ronin is pretty much straight out of the comic books, and how all of that stuff is same.
Yeah.
It's gonna, or we think at least.
Night Owls
so
may
what
have
I
seen
think
lights
is
flickering
like,
out at the Raft Supermax prison last night.
Avengers Infinity War
it was not
has to
because one of
happen
their
before
inmates
the
got
second
the
Spider-Man movie, which we know is coming out
Apparently,
because it's been
someone
announced.
there hit on an idea
Right.
I actually think has
So,
merit,
if
which is making
Avengers
that
Infinity,
recidivist
or
criminal
not Infinity War,
Electro
Avengers
pay
Endgame
for
comes
his
out,
room and
and
board by powering the prison himself,
it
saving taxpayers
comes
money.
out before Spider-Man and all this stuff,
Surprisingly, though,
that means
it
at
turns out
some point, what happened to the comic
as
books
much as he loves
with
robbing
Tony
and murdering,
and
so they had to go
Spider-Man,
back to the city
literally
streets,
everyone that
which
disappeared
I imagine
within
is why I
Avengers
still
Infinity
can't
War,
run my microwave and toaster
that has
at the
to
same
happen
time
within
without
this
blowing
movie.
a fuse.
Yeah.
Otherwise, nothing else can happen.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
why I'm kind of skeptical on what you said about Tony dying within like the first 10 or 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, and I honestly don't think it's gonna happen either. And the only reason I think it's a very good possibility that it could happen. But we all know the gosh. Can I just get on top of the Empire State Building, please? All right, or just miss. You know, that's a thing. I want to get all the way up here, and it won't let me up here. There we go. So now I'm at the highest point of the game. They even like, God, I didn't even remember what I was gonna say. So there's like a whole like
ordeal.
Yeah, and there's like when Avengers Infinity War had just hit like big, like it was out, everybody had already seen it thousands of times and everything, like everybody knew everything, and there was no like, have you seen Infinity War yet? Have you seen Infinity War yet? When that wasn't a question anymore, there were set leaks of past, future, and present versions of the characters. Like we had Ant-Man in the New York battle with the Avengers.
Speaking of past, present, future, and other such things related to that, what say you about multiverse existing in the MCU?
What do I say about it? I think it's a very good possibility since they're considering bringing the X-Men and Deadpool into the MCU come Phase 4.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask that because there's been like 2 or 3 things that I saw involving the multiverse existing, such as like, it's not reboots of Spider-Man, it's just different Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse and all that such. And then possibly other things happening, so like what you said before, like maybe there was
Sorry about that.
X-Men and Deadpool. We know those two are in the same universe.
Yeah.
So maybe at some point we're gonna see a mashup of X-Men and Avengers coming in, because technically they could also be in the same universe.
Right, and we just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely a plausible idea that the multiverse could happen. I just don't know if they're going to do it or not. Because they know that Phase 4 is going to bring in, you know, the Phase 4 is going to bring in the, I'm trying to think. Phase 4 is going to be bringing in, you know,
Go ahead.
X-Men and Deadpool. I couldn't speak. I know that that's happening. I just don't know if it's gonna be a multiverse thing or if the X-Men just didn't like the X-Men movies. If they're gonna do what I think they're gonna do, if they're gonna do what I would do if I was Marvel, or what I would do if I was Marvel with the DC, or not the DCEU. If I was Marvel and I were to bring in X-Men, I would say that the
And that's why Jonah paid me the big bucks.
That's a horrible picture, but you know, it gets the job done. That if I were Marvel and I were trying to make these, you know, and I was the head of Marvel, my thing would be to My thing would be not to, like, all the X-Men movies that happened. All of the X-Men movies, all, you know, everywhere from X-Men 1 to Logan. All of those movies all happened before the Avengers. And then in Phase 4, while Avengers is going on, the X-Men are kind of like, not really like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do this, or just the X-Men line, just the X-Men movie line, not Wolverine and then Logan. Those two movies, not in it because he's dead. But like all the X-Men stories, you know, those kind of are like right before Avengers happen, and X-Men are sitting back going, oh, they got this under control. After Endgame, however, they're going, maybe they don't have this under control. And so X-Men kind of decide to help. And then Logan goes off on his own later on in the future, and that kind of stuff happens. But if it were me, X-Men movies happened, MCU happened, X-Men decided after Endgame that they're like, nah, they need our help. And they needed it a long time ago, but we were like, nah, let's give some kids knowledge.
You guys know how those mutants be. They're just like,
knowledge.
Knowledge, and also let's not get found out by the government because we're not getting shot at again.
Right. So they were trying, I guess my thing would be X-Men happened, they were trying to keep it on the low, and then the Avengers happened and they're like, oh, maybe we have a chance. Endgame happens. Maybe they need our help after all.
Pressure in this building's all over the map. I need to find out why.
So that's what I'm thinking. If it were me, that's what I would have done.
I'll scan the pipes, try to see where this starts.
My only issue with what your theory is that
pipes are fine up here.
If X-Men were to be brought into the Avengers version of the MCU, you'd have to give a viable reasoning as to why they weren't
Valve's at the wrong setting
for S.H.I.E.L.D.
Easy enough to fix.
Why they weren't helping S.H.I.E.L.D. out?
No, not why were they not helping S.H.I.E.L.D. Why were they not on S.H.I.E.L.D.'s list with the rest of the Avengers? Because if you remember in the first Avengers movie, Fury was talking about how it's a group of special people. And it was
because they were, like I said before, maybe they were trying to stay off of the government's radar. And maybe they just somehow figured out how to...
There's too many situations that the government had to cover up from beforehand.
Oh yeah, that's...
You're saying that all the X-Men movies have happened before Avengers and all that other stuff happened.
Right.
So, that means S.H.I.E.L.D., being who they are, should have had prior knowledge to the mutants.
So right, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Along with the other people.
I see what you're saying now, yeah.
Got it.
So, I mean, like, if they were to bring in the X-Men...
What I'm saying would have to be explained very well for it to make sense.
They'd have to give a very good reason as to why the mutants were off the radar or something.
But those won't hold long. Pressure shouldn't be that high. Unless the drainage is blocked.
That technically the entirety of the X-Men
down by the waterfront. I'll go see if anything's blocking
happened kinda in the future as well.
Yeah.
They happen both future and past, and a little bit in the present. So like, there's a lot of iffy bits if they were to do that. So that's an off-topic situation though. We're talking about a different set of movies.
Yeah.
Now I ask. How many other heroes fight
speculation?
Right.
And now Oscorp can't deny Harry's station stopped a public utility meltdown.
Alright, so now that I've done that, let's see, I've got another research station done here. I've got all of those done. Bomb, drone. Okay, so we'll probably just continue the story here. Or yeah, we'll just continue on doing story stuff. Because as you can see, guys, I went 1%. I've been doing this stream not that long though, so I mean there is that. I don't even think, have I even been in this for an hour yet?
I have no clue.
Let me find out. Hold on.
My phone isn't on me, so I can't tell you.
Not even an hour yet. No. But let me just one more time though. almost an hour. We're at 55 minutes. That's what the stream timer says, anyways. Okay. Cutscene.
What are you
Here we go.
doing here?
Oh, we got a fighter.
Oh, ow.
You just made your last mistake, punk.
Bye.
What the?
Ow. Huh. Ow.
Does it seriously take this many guys to rob a teenager?
Nope. It shouldn't. You wanna tussle your thoughts? Yeet! Wait, you ready, thoughts? Spider-Man reference. Huh?
I said you're at what, like going on 40 minutes or something.
Oh, about an hour. You, thought. Shut up.
You hurt?
You're Spider-Man. You're the amazing Spider-Man. You're the spectacular Spider-Man.
And a few other choice adjectives Jameson uses.
That's almost
Look,
never a situation.
that was really brave. But next time, leave the fighting to the pros. Okay?
Okay, but what if there aren't any around?
Well, you can't just go swinging at someone twice your size. I mean, don't get me wrong. I fight guys stronger than me all the time, but when I do it, I have...
Oh, like that time you fought Rhino on the Brooklyn Bridge?
All these are comic book
Perfect
references.
example. The other guy's bigger, you gotta be quicker. Okay?
Okay, but that's easy for you to say. Sorry, I just can't do what you do.
Alright, put him up. Seriously? Yeah, come on.
This is pinnacle right here for remembering Stan Lee.
First thing. Don't let the adrenaline get to you. Breathe slow, breathe deep, relax. Hip square to your opponent. Let them make the first move. Now use your feet. When they go off balance, look for an opening. Boom.
Like that?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Okay. Only this time, just let me have it. Right on the jaw. Okay? I can take it.
Oh, sorry.
No, no. It's all good. You keep that up and you'll be fine. All right. Lesson's over. Gotta go.
Hey, thanks.
You know what I hate?
What?
Not being able to figure out if Twitter posts are real or not.
Why?
Just punch Spider-Man.
Cause I'm on iFunny, I'm looking at the features, and the first feature is the Chinese president, Xi Jinping.
Shelter should be just ahead.
Yeah.
The post says, I'm unbanning YouTube and forcing all Chinese citizens to subscribe to PewDiePie to beat T-Series.
What?
Oh.
Crazy. Hey, did you show him our hacking app?
Oh,
God, I hate
totally
not
forgot.
knowing whether or not it's true.
Yeah, I know.
Bought it off you, and then we'd be like famous.
Yeah, I'll show him next time. I gotta go. I promised my mom I wouldn't be late.
Cool. Later.
There are opportunities.
My name is Squid, I am not fish. I might be sick, so I'm in dish. Doctor touch, it give me shock. I do not trust, so now I rock.
Uh-oh.
Everyone have their IDs out and ready for inspection.
You're kidding me. It's gonna take forever. That drone wasn't watching. I could jump the fence. You just need to isolate the drone signal. Wow, that was too easy. I can't believe Sable systems are unsecured. Maybe I'll send an anonymous tip. Okay, hacking app. Don't fail me now. Maybe I could turn on that siren.
The Avatar, master of all four elements. Bofa, Ligma, Sugandis, and Updog.
Okay, time to move.
What do any of those even mean? Glowing eyes meme.
Okay, let's see. I can go under the gate on the left, or over the scaffolding to the right. gotta distract him.
See anything? This is what happened. Damn, there's a lot of broken glass back here. It's a New York alleyway. What'd you expect? I thought they'd be cleaner, obviously.
Oh, they're not messing around.
I cannot believe I did that without a single hack there at the end.
That was tense.
Preposterous boast, but alas.
Oh, hey, Mom.
Hi, honey. Did you make it to the Feast shelter okay?
Yeah, almost there.
Miles, you don't have to work at that shelter, you know.
You said I did.
No, I gave you a choice.
Yeah, and I chose this over
wanna know
more
what I
therapy.
want?
I mean, it was
Movie about
helpful.
SCPs.
The guy said everyone grieves in their own way.
Those would be pretty
This
cool.
is mine.
Okay. Sorry.
Mom,
Yeah?
just because I don't want to talk about it doesn't mean I don't love you.
Oh, honey. I love you so much. We'll get through this. Okay?
I gotta go. I'll call you on my way home.
Okay, and now... Can I... Okay, anyways. Carry on. Okay, Christian, who do you think's gonna die in Endgame? I'll get it there eventually.
You know what? Just keep breathing. I'll be back soon.
Hey,
Miles.
Pete. Hey, sorry I'm late, man.
Oh, no, I'm just
Not
glad you're
entirely sure.
Alright, so,
Because I know, like,
what can I do to help?
everyone.
Why don't you start just
Well,
by,
I'm assuming. I don't know
getting
for
comfortable
sure,
with the
but I'm
place.
assuming that
Meet a
this
few
is
people.
quite a
You know
bit
what? Everybody
after
loves coffee. Coffee, alright.
the events of
And I'll be
Infinity
back in a
War,
little
but
while
not too
to
much.
check on you. Is that cool?
Like a
Yeah,
month
like
or
what we
so
talked about
after.
too. It's cool.
Oh, don't worry about Mr.
So,
Mathis. He doesn't bite.
imagine
Much.
everyone's healed up since then. They're not as banged up as they were before.
Right, and Captain America's got clean shaved, is clean shaved, so...
My thing is, I don't know.
Coffee? Thanks.
I think maybe Banner's gonna die just because
Need help?
no one knows what's going on with him and Hulk right now.
It's a subatomic particle.
Last time we checked,
You know, the building
Banner
block
was
of
in a wall,
Protons, neutrons,
and
hadrons.
Hulk was still uncooperative.
It fits. Good one, kid.
So that's gonna be a liability for him. He's currently at his weakest because he cannot go anywhere else
Junk.
or do anything else for
You
that
mind
matter.
if I take a
Yeah.
look?
Huh?
Oh, we have a couple of CRTs at school. I know how to fix these when
CR,
they're...
what? No, you just gotta smack it. Got the time. Get it.
So that at least that's my opinion. That
Or-
he may or may not
Could be a loose coax.
die just because he can't do anything to protect himself
All right.
other than stay
Be
in the
my
Hulkbuster
guest,
suit.
huh, Mr. Smarty Pants? Please, go
But he
ahead.
can't walk around in that, so probably not.
And I also feel like what you said with Bruce Banner probably dying.
Tributes
I also
continue
feel
to
like,
pour in for Officer Jefferson
hold on.
Davis, the hero killed in the City Hall bombing, as reports emerged that he used his own body to shield others in his last moments of life.
Hey, new kid.
Survived by
I'm empty
his
here.
wife, Rio, and son Miles, as well as brother Aaron. In addition to the
Hero. Man didn't do nothing heroic except get himself blown up.
his fellow officers.
Hey, Ernie. I see you've met Miles. He's gonna be helping out around here. You may have heard of his father, Jefferson Davis. Pretty great that even though he's got a lot of stuff going on right now, he decided to come and volunteer. Don't you think?
Yeah. Thanks. Listen, kid, I'm sorry about your dad.
Come on, Miles. See if Aunt May needs a hand in the kitchen.
So, with what you said there,
Hey,
I also
May.
think that
I gotta take off, but
if
got
Hulk
some help for you.
or if Hulk is to come back in Avengers
nice
4,
To see you. Grab an apron, wash your
they
hands,
finally
and
figure
I'll
out
show you around.
his issue. What I'm hoping
Hey, Peter.
is that he's gonna get a gladiator match essentially with Thanos,
Of course.
and Thanos is just gonna go, "I beat you once.
Almost
Did
knew.
you learn nothing?"
Sable
And
should be
Hulk's
moving
gonna
Dr.
basically.
Michaels.
What I hope they do
Better
is
get
basically
some Valerie
Thanos is gonna say
located.
something along the lines of, "I beat you once. Did you learn nothing?" And Hulk's gonna go, "I remember it differently. I remember you beating me after I beat the crap out of you." And just kind of have a moment of just bickering back and forth of like, I beat you pretty good, don't you remember? And then him go, last time I checked, I got some good hits in first. Like, we didn't finish our fight.
Be careful out there. Miles told me the Sable patrols are being very strict.
So just a bunch of back and forth stuff.
Yeah, I just hope they just kind of shout at each other essentially, and then Hulk just annihilates him.
Hey, Pete, your aunt's really stepped up. Gotta get my...
Way to have the kids back.
And I also hope that with him, I hope they kind of like fight each other, and the fight is basically Hulk versus Hulkbuster. That's kind of what I want to see. The Hulk that when he spits his tooth out, that's the Hulk I want to see in Avengers 4. That's what I want.
Yeah, except Hulk kind of got soft after the events of Ragnarok. I think, at least.
Yeah.
He's not big angry beast now. He's kind of, well, he's definitely learned how to speak. So.
Right.
He kind of knows what like fear is and all that other stuff now. Instead of
I
just
definitely
being
think
angry
that
and
because of him knowing what that is, and because he's able to speak now,
I'm
definitely
to make sure Michaels gets to his new safe house. You know, safely.
I definitely think that he's like you're right. I think that because he's learning how to have feelings and stuff, that when Thanos beat him up and kind of put him in his place, I think Hulk, not Banner. I don't think Banner's having Hulk-tile dysfunction, as I like to call it. I don't think he's having Hulk-tile dysfunction. I think that it's Hulk that's having the issue, and I think Hulk is. This is fear. Like, Hulk has basically, through the MCU, what they've done with him is they've basically said that Hulk is the strongest being in the universe. And when Thanos beat him up without using a single stone, Hulk kind of went,
Why did I even ask?
oh, I'm not that strong anymore.
Yeah. Just a little.
Like, he just kind of knew that he wasn't the strongest anymore.
Nice.
And he just kind of accepted it. And I think that when Hulk,
This is the Bowery, but where's Dr. Michaels?
when Hulk had said, when he was like, come on, Hulk, you know, I know you like to make your you like to make your entrance at the last second. Well, this is last second, and he screams no.
Dr. Michaels. Is that the Devil's Breath?
I think Hulk.
It's called PR-27, not...
Oh, screw you, you big green asshole! I'll do it myself. That whole, I think the story arc they're going with for Hulk is.
I feel better already.
That he's not.
Packages on the move.
That he's not. Now that he knows he's not the strongest thing out there, that he's not the strongest, biggest, angriest thing out there, Hulk is like, I don't want to show my face again. He's not used to it, so he's like, well, if that's happening, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I don't want to be an Avenger if I can't win. You know, winning's not fun when you've won your entire life and then lose once. You know? So Hulk's mentality is, well, if I can't win against one guy, I can't win ever again, so...
And mind you, we're talking about the same guy who in the first Avengers punched a giant flying alien in the face.
Right, and then punched Thor.
Through several walls.
Right, through several walls.
And that's saying something, because Thor is a hefty being.
And not only did he fight Thor on the helicarrier, he also fight Thor during the Battle of New York. And not only did he fight him not only did he do that, he also chased Black Widow through there. He took down a jet with no question, and he also threw Loki around like he was a ragdoll. So I think the mentality of Hulk is now he's like, well, I've beaten gods, I've beaten aliens, but a thing that's the same size. Something that's the same size as me, you know, wait a second, somebody's built just like me and I can't beat him? But I can beat a god in something 3 times my size.
That's saying something, because, like, once again, this brings us back
Yuri,
to the whole
I'm in pursuit of Martin
possible
Lee. I
multiverse
think he's got
thing.
Dr. Michaels and the Devil's Breath.
There was the Hulk before
He took Michaels alive, so that's
Avengers and all that.
Probably so we can
think
force him to
it
make
was
more
these-
Devil's Breath.
He
I
fought
have to stop that truck.
another person
Tank, whatever.
who did the exact same thing that Banner did. It made himself into a Hulk, just a armored version of Hulk, and I can't remember his name. But
Yeah, I can't remember his name either.
Like, that was a thing, and he beat him. But, like, before all that, it was just, yeah, there's nothing to beat Hulk. Everyone agreed that was the thing. Avengers comes up, they can beat Hulk again. Avengers Age of Ultron, they can beat Hulk because he hasn't been beat before. He doesn't know what it feels like. He doesn't know that he's not the strongest. Avengers War comes up,
right?
He gets it handed to him on a silver platter by Thanos, and he just kind of sits there and is like, what? All surprised because that's the first time he's ever been hit and felt it.
Right.
Other than that one time,
Need to clear the guys
Stark.
in the trucks before I go after Lee.
Like, he's only known defeat twice. With Stark and with Thanos. It was fine with Stark because
that's a friend, you know.
Yeah, he recognized it as friendly, and he also realized, like, he goofed it. It was his fault. He messed up an entire African city because he got messed with in the head. But, like, he realized afterwards that was his fault, so there wasn't all that worse, no one will like him situation.
Right.
But in Infinity War, it's a completely different situation. He's trying to fight and protect himself and all that. Protect other people, Thor, Loki and all that.
Right.
He just gets it handed to him.
Right.
He's destroyed. So, like, that's a completely different situation. Like, with Stark, there was a genuine fight there. It was not a one-sided battle.
Right.
Thanos, it was completely lopsided.
Yeah. I think Hulk had Thanos' world definitely rocked, but I definitely think that once Thanos hit him one time, it was kind of like, that was kind of it.
What's your status? Have you apprehended Lee?
Working on it.
I don't know. Too much stuff, not enough information.
Yeah.
Not much you can speculate about because we don't know anything.
What are you doing to me? Giving you a new perspective.
I must be honest. I was hoping to bring you here. My abilities lend me a certain persuasive.
I don't want to watch a bear get hit nuts.
I've been watching you. I was waiting for you at City Hall. You never came. Where were you?
Is this real or in my mind?
It was a shame so many had to die with no heroes to save them. That officer saved your life, didn't he? He was here because of you.
I've got to think of where to go now. Oh, he's over there.
And Norman wanted to use him. A futile gesture, in the end. And where was Norman during all this? Slinking like a rat. He knew what was going to happen, and he fled. Norman is a hidden cancer on this city. He must be excised with no trace of his corruption to return.
So I know this in your entire streams about, like, repping Stan Lee and all that.
Yeah.
But I'd just like to say, I just watched this bear get hit himself in the balls. And it's hilarious.
I guarantee you that's funny. Where did he go? Did he go up here? I can never remember. This part of the game is always confusing. Okay, there you are.
Put on the mask. Become one of us. Thanks, but no thanks. One way or the other.
The comment on
You
this
will
line.
join me.
For reference, bears can take several bullets and keep trucking, and ladies say childbirth is painful compared to getting hit in the balls.
All the souls you've lost. The innocent
Animal that can take several bullets and live through it
Martin, their blood is
is still taken down by the same thing that takes
Stop Osborn.
humans
You
down.
have so much strength. I will give you will.
Big thought.
Big Thunkosaurus.
Their bodies filled the gutter. You did nothing. I can't save everyone. What's one life? A simple train. One life for a city of souls. You defend Osborn while he sits in his ivory tower? This isn't real. Show me.
It feels real. Okay, you, sir, need to stop collaborating against me here. Whoop! Nope, somehow he's still able to hit me. Okay, how are you? That's not how this is gonna work.
Interest has been piqued.
What?
6 desserts that are better than sex, but not as good as Hey Ya by Outkast. You have my attention.
No, ow.
Kneel before me. I will pull your mask off and expose you.
No, you will not. You thought.
The shadows are sworn to me, and I will give them strength.
Are you sure about that?
What? Destroy the mask. I won't abandon you in the darkness, Martin.
Are you kidding me, you mother? Stop him right now in the name of the law.
You can come back to the light. No!
That's a lot of property damage. Oh, excuse me.
Nailed it.
At least you're okay. Forget the bioweapon. The doctor's okay.
Did they take it?
Hey, that's what we say
How
in
worried
Siege.
should I be?
Forget the bioweapon.
Very.
Forget disarming the bomb. Kill the man that has the bomb.
Makes sense.
And
Where's
get
the serum?
I'm gone.
Skoya.
Skoya.
So-called superhero. You think you save people, but you just make it worse. This is your fault.
My fault. He was under your protection. You really need 2 of those?
Nope. She doesn't need any of them.
We need to brief Mr. Osborn now.
Beat the shit out of Spider-Man later.
Thank you. I'll remember this.
Kicked by a Russian woman and punched by a future Spider-Man in the same exact day, in the same exact place, on the same exact day in the same exact place. Ow. I've got a research station to hit there. I've got how many research stations to hit here? Both of them to hit. Let's go hit one then.
Yuri, tell me you've got a lead on Martin Lee's location.
We have footage from a guy at a coffee shop. Looks like he hopped into a black sedan after the crash.
Black sedan, great.
Let me finish. We have a partial plate. And one of my patrol guys just found a matching plate. Black sedan in a parking lot near Canal and Hudson.
You're a good cop, Yuri. I'm on my way.
Spider-Man. Hello? Is this working?
Dr. Michaels? How are you calling?
Borrowed one of Sable's radios. Listen, transit hubs are the most likely release points for Devil's Breath. Airports, bus terminals, train stations. It'll spread like wildfire from there.
Why the hell is Oscorp developing a bioweapon in the city? Shouldn't this be in an Arctic bunker?
Devil's Breath is personal for Norman. It's been his obsession for decades. The project breaks every state and federal regulation on the books, but he doesn't care.
If the city finds out, he can kiss re-election goodbye.
Man, I would hate to have to explain the internet to someone who doesn't look at memes.
Why are you telling me all this? Aren't you just as culpable as Norman?
Yes. Completely. But Lee's
Just doing parkour while I wait on this phone call to be over.
Ignore the project's risk for too long. I trust you, Spider-Man. You're the only one trying to do the right thing. Please, protect the city from our mistakes.
Okay. Protect the city from our mistakes. Goes and does a research station. City dies. At least he's got his priorities straight. At least he's got his priorities straight, though. We're probably gonna end the stream here after I'm done with this research station, just because we haven't really been talking much now. Like, there's not really like another thing has like a ending way to remember Stan Lee.
One of my pet projects. I always thought the cellular network was vulnerable to terrorist attacks, so I set this up to monitor it. Can you do me a favor? Look for anything suspicious.
Uh-oh. It's not terrorists, but there's a glitch in the system that's causing interference. And if I don't fix it, it'll bring the whole network down.
Yeah.
Right now it's only affecting the most sensitive equipment, like mine. I need to stay outside the areas of interference while I fix the cell towers. There. I set my lenses to show me the danger zones. Gotta fix the cell towers before the whole city's comms go down. Ah! Gotta get out of here! That's the downside of all the tech in my mask. That hurts.
I can't really help it, Spidey.
One down. But I'll need to fix 3 more to solve the problem. Bet I can use those helicopters to swing. So much depends on cellular networks now. A crash would affect police, hospitals. It'd be as bad as a blackout. Gotta hurry. Soon the whole system's gonna go.
You know what? Web zip your way over there. Because if, when in doubt, use your upgrades. And this is the one I hated the most, too, so.
The job's only halfway done.
Next one.
Oh, man. I wish...
Ow!
Let's not do that again.
Yeah, you and me both, buddy. You and me both.
Got that one fixed. Bought me some time, but I can't slow down.
I'm just gonna wait for this one to go down before I even think about moving any
Can't
farther.
waste a second. I need to be a tight squeeze.
make a lot of sense if it was anyone else in this picture other than Jeff Goldblum.
Bam! Now New Yorkers can share their domestic disputes on the subway again. And emergency services are safe, which is, also
It's a picture of Jeff
the network had
Goldblum and
crashed,
two
it would
girls.
have cost Oscorp a bundle to fix their comms.
But
I want to
he's
keep this station up and running.
hugging
Harry's
one
project
girl
should
with
be
one
safe.
arm and has the other girl in a chokehold. But also pushing her against his body.
Only Jeff Goldblum.
Like I said, this wouldn't make any sense if it was anyone else in this picture other than Jeff Goldblum.
He's
Because
hugging
no
one
else-
girl, choking another, but he's holding her against his body. Only Jeff Goldblum would do such a thing.
And they both look completely okay with the situation.
Yeah, they're
Why?
both
Because
okay with
it's
it.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yep.
That is the only reason why.
That's it. That's it. No other reason. There's one Taskmaster challenge. Where's the other one? Oh, it's just a drone challenge. I don't like drone challenges. Alright, guys. Well, there's not really any other way. I've got to find it, though. I do have to find it. I've got to think, where was I going to end it? Oh, crap. This is going to take me forever. Because I've got to find the right building. Ah, that didn't take too long. Everybody in the stream knows where I'm going, but that doesn't matter. I would have loved to have web-zipped, 20 minutes ago, but, that's okay, Spider-Man. And I'm sorry, guys, for not doing the actual series itself, but, huh?
I said, I don't know where you're going.
Well, yeah, as long as I said watching the stream. I know you're watching it, but you're not watching, Oh, wait, you know what? Actually, to be honest, nah. And, we gotta end it the right way, too.
Yuri, I've been meaning to ask. How does Sable's team feel about our special relationship?
Oh, they love it.
That bad, huh?
Let's just say if they ever found out how much info I feed you, a cell in Rikers would be the least of my problems.
I don't want to put you at risk. If it's easier to cut off communication...
Hell with that. The city needs us working together, now more than ever. Screw Sable. It's business as usual.
That's why you're the best, Yuri. Nothing shakes you.
Damn right.
Alright, Christian. I gotta ask you a question before we end the stream. I'm not at my location yet, but I want to ask you this.
Okay.
If there's anything you want people to know, if there's anything you want Stanley to hear, because he's up in a better place now. So there's one thing you want Stanley to hear. What's one thing you want to tell what was one thing you wanted to tell Stanley but never got the chance to say?
If I were to ever meet him?
If you were to meet him in person, what's the one thing above anything else that you would want to say to him?
Good job on creating an amazing multiverse. Not universe, multiverse.
Right.
Great characters, great everything.
Oh, I missed my chance. Okay. And I'll say mine when I get over there. I'm almost to the location. God, I'm so glad I don't get copyrighted for any of this. Because you know that Marvel would jump at a chance to copyright someone with absolutely no money. Or at least YouTube would anyways. Okay, so I can't end it there, but I want to see if I'm gonna end it. Yeah, it's not as cool if I end it there. Although we know what's on the other side of that window. Are those windows there? Can you catch back on the building, please, Spider-Man? Spider-Man, 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 the building's right there. Thank you. Are you watching me fail epically right now? Oh my god, Spider-Man, all I want you to do is be on the A! No, that's not the building. That's different. That's different. That's nope. No. Nope. Stop. No. Stop. 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 Okay, I can't get on the A. That's just disappointing. But there, you guys can see the A. If I were to be able to tell Stan Lee, if I were to ever meet Stan Lee in person, if I were to meet Stan Lee in person before he passed away, the one thing I would say to him is, Excelsior! I know I did a horrible Stan Lee impersonation, but, you know, I'm also 17, so... And I don't have his awesome voice. But, you know. Wait, there's something here. Hold on. I messed the thing up here. I mesotheliomed myself here. Aha! Yeah, no, I haven't ended it yet. It's not even over yet. Here we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, that's better right there. That's better. That's a better one. That's a better way. That's a better area to end it on right here. Yes, the area where you can see most of the A, but not get all of it. That's not what I wanted, but, you know, here we are. Can I hit that? I can hit that. There. And then, you know what? Okay, Christian, I've got a question for you. Suit to end it on. Should I go comic book? Should I go vintage comic book, classic Spider-Man, Iron Spider from Infinity War, or Stark suit?
Stark suit.
Stark suit? Okay. It actually looks better if I do it that way. But I need to figure out how to... That's better. Thank you guys so much for watching this. As you guys probably are done mourning by now, it still hits us pretty hard to this day. I know that some of our greatest achievements as human beings are the fact that we can sit in a room and talk about Marvel and be human beings for an hour. And I've been doing this stream. This stream has been going on for over an hour and a half, and I've been playing nothing but Spider-Man, talking to a friend about Marvel. Because it's just a thing that you can do.
We're easily entertained.
Yep, we're easily entertained, so that's one thing. But anyways.
Doc left word.
Parker.
Oh god, of course you did.
Your work on the neural interface has been invaluable. I wish you could see what that means right now. But it's beginning to dawn on me just how powerful and insidious the forces arrayed against true visionaries are.
That's not where I jumped to, but you know.
It won't be long.
That's
Success
better.
will come, whatever it takes.
Powerful and insidious forces. I don't like the sound of that. Need to check on Doc when I get a chance.
There we go, porch on the corner. And you guys know that it's... And with him passing away, and with, as you guys can clearly see, the Avengers logo in clear depiction, we are grateful. Not only for Marvel, but for Stan Lee. Because not only did Stan Lee create a universe, a multiverse of superheroes that we can all pick a favorite from, that we can dress up as Halloween for, that we can just talk about. Not only can we do that, but we can also thank him for his service. Because he's in World War II. Not very many people would know that. Not very many people do know that. But as a streamer, as a Spider-Man fan myself, and as a person who plays video games that aren't heavily based in Marvel Universe, this is my first Marvel video game I've ever played. other than the one on the other than a couple on the PS2. But other than those games and this one, I've never played a Marvel game before. And not only until I remember watching the Holy Trilogy at a very young age, and just not understanding who the Stan Lee character was, because he was in every Spider-Man. I was like, who's that guy? Well, once I got older, I was like, that's the man who created. With great power comes great responsibility. And he created them because he wanted them to have some sort of a connection to somebody else. He created the characters not so they're super strong and beat up the bad guys. That's exactly what he said. He created them to be a well-rounded character so that people can relate. And as a person who is trying to become an author, that's what I'm trying to do as well. I'm not trying to compare me to Stan Lee in any way. God, it's not even a possibility. I'm not even half the man Stan Lee ever was. Not half the man. But Stan Lee started a thing in the middle of a war and turned it into an empire. And when you can do that and live to 95, it doesn't matter what people thought of you, whether people think you're a racist. It doesn't matter. If you can create a little thing at a young age and at 95 still be remembered for it, you completed your job. Mission successful. Respect gained. That's all I have to say. So thank you guys so much for watching this. And in a week, I will be doing my 30 subscriber video, also on Spider-Man, but for 4 hours. Or 2 hours, maybe. Probably 2 hours, to be honest. Unless one of my midterm days I'm able to do that, 2 hours seems more plausible. So I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, the UC 808 Squad will see you in the next one. Excelsior.